So you're all welcome to this holiday online class. So we organize this class free of charge. Nobody's paying us for this class. We are here free of charge, of our own will, to see how we can help students to to learn areas that they have problems. Okay, for them to be able to ask questions, and for us to teach some basic areas. Okay, so yesterday we learned about change of subject formula. I explained to you how to make a subject of an equation or of a formula. Okay, that was what we learned yesterday. So we saw how we could move variables from the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side of the equation to isolate a variable to make it a subject. That is what we learned yesterday. Some of you did the homework, and that is commendable because the homework will help you to remember and to practice what you have learned. Okay, the homework is not a punishment. It's not something to make you not to enjoy your life. The purpose of the homework is for you to be able to practice what you have learned and be sure that you have actually understood what was being taught. It also helps us, the tutors, to know the areas that you have problems. So that is why we are insisting on trying your hands on the practice problems. Okay, so does anybody have any question on change of subject formula before I go to today's topic? If you have a question, you can unmute your mic and ask your question. Okay, so let me go ahead. Today I want to talk about exponential equations. Exponential equations. The reason why I'm talking about exponential equations is somebody asked a question concerning that topic. So I know that the topic is a bit advanced, but you can just listen. At the end of my teaching, you can ask question on that topic. So I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. Okay. Can you all see my screen? You can see my screen. You can type in the comment section.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. Mr. Max, you're here.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. Welcome. Okay, so I want to teach them about exponential equations first
All right, no
before.
problem.
Okay. Let me see whether this pen will work. Okay. Okay, so let's look at it. Okay, the pen is not working, so we're going to shift it out and use something else. Okay. So we'll start from here. Hold on. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So an exponential equation is an equation in which the variable is an exponent. The variable is an exponent. So let me write it down. We all know what variables mean. So let me see. An exponential equation is an equation in which the variable appears as an exponent. Now we know that exponent could mean power, right? It could also mean index. That's another meaning for exponent. Okay, so exponent or power is that small number that you see on top of a number by the right hand side top of a number. That is what we mean by exponent or power. Okay, so it's written like this. It's written something like this. Sorry, let me let this person in. It's written something like this. Written something like maybe 2 raised to power something. 2 raised to power something. So let's say 2 raised to power x. Let's assume that that number, that exponent is what? X. So this actually represents our exponential equation. Normally, a normal equation could be expressed, a normal linear equation can be expressed as maybe something like this. Something like, maybe say y. Oh, this is too big. Sorry. Let me reduce it. Something like, say, y equal to 2x plus 7. Okay, so this is a normal linear equation. Right? While this other one on this side is an exponential equation. Exponential. So are we seeing the difference? Can we all see the difference?
Yes.
Okay. So Gifted, can you tell me the difference? Let me hear from you. The difference between an exponential equation and a linear equation.
Okay, what I'm saying here is that the linear equation has a addition sign, while this one does not have.
Okay, you tried, but that is not the reason why it is an exponential equation, because we also have exponential equations that have plus. What can anyone here tell me the real difference that you can observe between an exponential equation and a linear equation? Any other person? Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
ma,
because
I have a name.
okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
the exponential, the 2 is raised to power, while this one does not have any power that is
Okay.
raised to.
Okay, that means you're very close to the answer. What it means, an exponential equation means that the power itself is a variable. This power hanging on top of the 2 is a what? Variable. While the linear equation, the variable cannot be in form of a power, but is in form of what? An ordinary equation. Are you seeing the positioning? Exponential equation, the unknown is a power, while linear equation, the unknown is a normal term. It's not placed in a power position. Do we understand that? But let's note that an exponent, let me show you an example of an exponent. For example, you have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 equal to 2 raised to power what? Who can help me out? 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 raised to power what?
4.
2 raised to power 4. Do we all agree? We all agree that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 2 raised to power 4.
Yes.
What does this? Thank you. Now, this means that this 4 is called an exponent. This 4 is called what? An exponent. Why 2 is called what? A base. This 4 can call it a base. So the difference between a linear equation and an exponential equation is that we are dealing with exponents or powers. We are dealing with exponents. Are we ready? So I'm going to write some equations for you. Let me write 1. 2x plus y equal to 4. Is 3 raised to power x equal to, let me let this person in. 3 raised to power x is equal to 3 raised to power x is equal to what? 27. That is the second equation, right? Then the third equation, I want us to identify which of them are exponential equation. Then we have y equal to 3x. Okay. Then we have IV. Can you see my screen?
No.
Are you seeing it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's say we have 2 raised to power x plus 3 brackets 2 raised to power x equal to 16. Okay, let me put the powers there. My pen is not working, so I'm managing with my my mouse. Okay, now the game we are going to play now, we are going to identify which of these equations are exponents. Identify which of these equations are exponents. So we are going to answer this question. We're going to say the first equation you're seeing here, is it an exponential equation? If you know the answer, unmute your mic and answer. If you know the answer, unmute your mic and answer. If you know the answer, unmute your mic and answer. If you know the answer, unmute your mic and answer. Can you see my screen? Can we see my screen? Okay, so now I told you we're going to play a game. We have been trying to identify which is an exponential equation and which is a linear equation. So I provided 4 different equations here. So now, can we identify which of them is an exponential equation? This first equation, is it an exponential equation or not? Yes or no?
No,
The second one.
is the second an exponential.
Okay, who is speaking?
Chibike.
Okay, good. You are correct. You are correct. You are telling us that the second one is an exponential. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why?
I don't think he's online today, no.
Okay. Who else is online?
Me.
Yeah, but we have 8 participants here. 8.
Is it that they come online and forget that they are in classes
No,
or
I
what?
think most of them is their first time of using Google, so they don't know how to operate it. Maybe they are talking, but they don't know how to unmute. Some of them. So
The
that's
thing
the
there,
challenge.
the mute button is there now.
It takes time. It's their first time. Okay, so let me help them out, because I wanted them to perform this activity so that I know, and I'm sure that they know what exponential equations mean. Gifted, unmute your mic, please. Gifted.
Yes, ma'am. Unmuted
Okay,
it.
so now these 4 equations that are here, which of them is an exponential equation?
Okay. The one that is the number 2 and 4. The number 2 and 4.
One, two, which of them? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now,
Okay.
but I wasn't hearing you previously.
Okay, sorry, my mic was muted. I didn't realize. What I'm trying to say is I want somebody, Chubike is trying to call the group. That is what's disturbing my network. I don't know why they are making WhatsApp call while we are on the call. I don't know. It's affecting my network.
I'm sorry about that. Hello, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell him to should stop this call. He's making a call on the WhatsApp and it's affecting the network. Do you understand?
Is there any way we can just take him out of the group totally so as to avoid
I
it?
don't know because some people are just stubborn. When they say leave a call, he's just on the call. Like it's even affecting other people's, because we are using one network to join Google Meet and join WhatsApp.
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead. This class I need response because if I don't get response, I won't be sure that you are following. So if we do not know how to identify exponential equations, then we can't even solve it in the first place. So I created a game. I said, let us identify which of these 4 equations are exponential equations. Okay. And I'm asking because I can't teach you if you do not know, if you cannot pass this, I can't move ahead. And I have Akaniene, and we have so many others on the call. Okay. I know you people want me to continue teaching when you are not, because it doesn't make sense. If I continue teaching exponential equation when you can't identify one, is it not waste of time? Sir Max.
Ma,
Yeah.
Hmm?
I said, yes, you're right. Because before you go into anything, you need to identify what you're really doing. So the
Exactly.
thing here is, I don't know. I might sound a little bit harsh here, but yeah. So, but the truth is this: I'm now talking to the students. Now we are supposed to, we ought to be on holidays right now, but we took our time, and then me and Engineer Jiro, we took our time. We said, okay, let's drag everybody along because, to be very honest to you, the school is very backward when it comes to mathematics and some other few calculation subjects. The thing here is that we have not even dived into physics. We are still on mathematics, which I don't think mathematics should be a problem. But like I said, we can run this class on a daily basis. Every day we can be having this class, but it depends on your seriousness. And from the looks of things now, we are more in that group. From what I'm seeing, I'm just seeing just 4 students here. That's Blessing, Famous, Ebele, and then Patience. Those are the people I'm seeing.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We'll try our best. And anyway, we'll get tired. Trust me, I'm going to rest. Me, I have this zeal to teach. So
Mm.
if before we start off something, we must identify what you want to learn.
Mm.
Exponential equation, you must
Mm.
identify it. This is an exponential equation before you start thinking of solving. You must know what you want
Mm.
to solve. So
Exactly. So what you're saying is very true because I know what most of them are expecting. I've been seeing some comments on the group. At the beginning, somebody was making comments. We can't join the video. They should post videos. And then the person was talking with so much confidence. I know he's a parent. Parent joined the group. So the
no,
person made the comment thinking that they probably paid us or we don't have anything doing during the holiday. and we want to, she just spoke it out like that, so crudely and all that. And it's not encouraging, because we are making efforts. We are using our data, our time. We are supposed to be sleeping, resting at this time. But we say, let's help some of our students to work. Okay? So what you are saying is very correct. These children should put effort. What they are expecting, some of them are expecting magic. You understand? They are
Yeah, the
expecting
thing
magic.
here, putting
Yes, they
videos,
want,
putting video is not really a problem. It's not really a
exactly,
problem.
exactly.
I can drop 1,001 video, but there's something you people need to understand. I'm talking to the students. There's something you need to understand. You see, when a teacher is teaching you, at that moment, there is a lot of things that is falling into that person's head. And you too, there are some questions you would like to ask the person at that particular moment. But whereby you are not asking that question at that time, you're allowing the person to flow, and then you're coming back now to start asking questions. It's a problem because the person might not give you exactly what you want.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Now, I don't know. Blessing.
That's gifted. She's answering blessing on the call. Is
Okay.
gifted.
And I don't know, because sometimes when they join like this, they just mute the mic and just drop the phone and they do some other thing. It's not proper. It's not proper. You will be surprised now if I call these four names now. I doubt if any of them will respond. But their phones are on mute.
Let's call them.
I don't know.
Gifted.
Yes, mom, I'm listening.
What of
Mute
Ebele?
yourself.
Ebele.
Mom, listening.
Famous. Famous Okechukwu is not there. You see? So that is the problem. That's why I was teaching, I was flowing, but after some time, I wasn't getting response. And if I'm not getting response, I will not go ahead, because I can't talk to myself. I can't talk to myself.
That
But
is
they have this entitlement and mentality that is the teacher's fault. Some of them are even said, somebody in SS2 said her teacher did not teach her log reading. And I was wondering, because I was there when the teacher was teaching log reading. I was there. You see, so if a teacher is teaching in a class and you are not following, at the end of the day, you will blame the teacher, because you don't know how difficult it is to impart knowledge to somebody who knows nothing about that subject. But when I'm teaching, you follow, you respond. When they ask you a question, if you don't know, say I don't know, then they teach you. But if you keep quiet, the class will not go on and we will not get value, especially as this is an online class. Means we need to get feedback every minute. As I talk, I need feedback to be sure that I'm talking to people on the call. It's because of network. If there was network, I would have said everybody on your videos, if there was network, but there is no network. So we have to switch off our videos so that the bandwidth will be lower. It won't take so much bandwidth. If I would have said everybody switch on your video, if you are not participating, I remove you from the call. It's better I teach two people and they understand what I'm saying than I teach a crowd that don't understand anything that is going on. Okay, so now let me go on, because we have 10 minutes left for this call. For me, when I'm done in 10 minutes, I can hand over to Mr. Max and he can go ahead and bring in his own 2 cents. So let me go ahead and continue what I was saying. I will recap for the benefit of those that are just joining. Okay. So we're talking about exponential equations. Exponential equations. An exponential equation is an equation in which the variable appears as an exponent. It is an equation in which the variable appears as an exponent. What is an exponent? We know an exponent as power, as index. Exponent is that small number written at the top right of any number. That is a power or an index or an exponent. Now, what makes it an exponential equation is that that power is an unknown or a variable. That is what makes it an exponential equation. Now, I try to compare exponential equations and normal ordinary equations. So I brought in a linear equation. A linear equation. Now, a linear equation does not have unknown as any power. Does not have what? An unknown as any power. The unknown is a base. It's always on the base level. So now, I now showed us example of an exponential. Okay, so I use 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then Gifted told me that 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 2 raised to power 4. 2 raised to power 4. 2 stands for the base, while 4 stands for the exponent, or the power, or the index. Then I went ahead to say, let us play a game. Let us identify which of these equations are exponential equations. I have to do this exercise so that we can, I'm sure that you know the difference between an exponential equation and a linear equation, so that I can go ahead now and start solving, showing you how to solve exponential equations. So this is where we stopped, and I asked us to identify. Somebody identified, and unfortunately, he was thrown out of the call. So I'm asking others now to identify which of these are exponential equations or linear equations. Before I go ahead, I will not go ahead until we've passed this exercise. Thank you. So Max, you want to say something?
Yeah, they should unmute their mic and possibly identify so that we proceed immediately.
Okay. Good morning,
Just
Ma.
yeah.
Good morning.
Okay. Ma, please, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The exponential equation is number 2 because it has an exponent, which is the power. Then
Okay.
the one in number 4 too is an exponential equation because
Sorry, is it for me or I'm the only one that cannot hear? I cannot hear anything.
There is a whole back in her call in her line. You understand?
Okay. So
Okay.
so please,
So
can you mute your mic. And Patience. Patience, mute your mic, please. Thank you. Thank you. So I was trying to say she's correct.
no, it's like Gifted it's like her mic is still on.
Gifted, is your mic still on? She's not on the call. She's not on the call. Okay, good. So she's correct. These are exponential equations, while these are linear equations. So I don't know if we are all okay with that. Okay, so now let's move on. We are going to try to see how we can solve exponential equations. How can we solve exponential equations? So the next subheading is solving exponential equations. So we'll start with simple exponential equations. Simple exponential equations. So let's take this one. Copy and paste. We'll take this one and we'll see how we can solve it. Solving simple exponential equations. So now this equation 3 raised to power x is equal to 27. So we are required to find the value. When they ask you to solve an equation, means they're asking you to find the value of x. Find the value or find x. They're asking you to find x. So how do we solve this equation? Simply, we solve this equation by applying our laws of indices. Solution. We'll apply our law of indices. So one of the ways to apply it is to find the value, find the index notation for 27. Find the index notation for 27. So we'll say find index notation, or find the index form for 27. So who can tell me? I know the answer, but who can tell me? What is the index form for 27? Who knows? Anyone? Okay, let me help us
Okay,
out.
ma.
Because of
The index form
yes,
is
go
3 raised
ahead.
to the power of 3.
Raised to power 3.
Okay, correct. So Gifted is telling us that the index form is 3 raised to power 3. 3 raised to power 3. So now that we have this index form, we are going to substitute. We are going to what? Substitute. We are going to substitute 27 for 3 raised to power 3. Substitute 27 for 3 raised to power 3. So I'll copy this here. I'll copy this and put it here. We'll substitute 27 for 3 raised to power 3 in the exponential equation. In the exponential equation. Okay. Okay. So now we have the equation here. There's the equation. Let me copy this. I'll copy this. Copy. Then I'll go here and paste it here. So I'm going to paste this here. So we have 3 raised to power 3. And then we'll substitute 27. Copy, paste. So in the place of 27, we wrote 3 raised to power 3. So now we have an equation. This is what the equation looks like. We have an equation. So we're going to apply some. In fact, by looking at this equation, you can already see the answer, right? How many of you can see the answer already? The value of x.
Yeah,
You know
me.
you can see this. Very good. Can you guess what is the answer? Can you guess? If you can see the answer, just tell me what is the answer.
3.
Correct. So x is equal to 3. How did we know that it's 3? We applied the law of congruency. What is the law of congruency? The law of congruency states that whatever you see on this left-hand side and right-hand side are similar. They are what? If they are similar, then they are equal. If they are similar, then they are what? Equal. So we have 3 here, we have 3 here, and we have 3 here. That means x will also be what? What is here, which is 3. So that is a simple way to solve these exponential equations. So let me look for another example. We'll do 2 more examples and I'll call it a day because we're supposed to be here for 1 hour. We're supposed to be here for 1 hour. Copy. So let me go down. I'll go down a second. So this is 12. So we're going to increase this, increase it to 24. Let me reduce the screen so that we can see what we are solving. I want to be sure that this is the same size. Okay, good. So our next example, let me increase it back. Let me increase it back. Okay, this is our second example. So we shift it here. Example 2. Okay, now for this example, we're expected to find x. Find x. So what do we do? The first step for this equation, solution. The first step is to find the index notation or the index form of 8. Okay, find the index form, or let's say write 8 in its index form. Write 8 in its index form. So who can tell us the index form of 8?
2 raised to the power of 3.
2 raised to the
Correct.
power of 3.
Correct. Correct. That's correct.
2 to the power of
So
3
write
twice.
correct. 2 raised to the power of 3. So you know that the power has to look smaller than the main number. So 8 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 3. And then what we do, the next thing we do is to substitute. The next thing we do is what?
Substitute.
Substitute. Yes. Substitute 8. Substitute into the exponential equation. So we'll do that, and then we'll find the answer. Okay, so first of all, write 2 raised power x. Okay, you use your pen, you write 2 raised power x, and then you substitute what? The value of 8. You substitute the value of 8. So if you apply congruency, what is the value of x?
3.
Okay, applying what?
2.
Congruence. No. What is the value of x? No, 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 no. Applying congruence.
3.
Yes. X is equal to 3. X is equal to what? 3. Simple. Do you want to do another example before we call
Yes.
it today? Okay. Let's do another example. That's example 3. So let's do 10 raised to power x equal to 1000. 10 raised to power x. Let me reduce this to 10. 10 raised to power x is equal to 100. Okay. So the first step is to convert 1000 to what? Index. Convert 1000 to what? Index. So that will give us what? That's too big. That will give us
10
what?
raised to the power of 3.
Okay.
So, hello,
1000.
ma. Hello, ma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, ma.
I
Yeah, let
can
me
hear
say
you.
something. Yeah, let me say
Sure.
something. For
Sure.
the student, are you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
All right. There's always a shortcut to everything in life. Even if you want to die, there's a shortcut to it. You get, yeah. When you're faced with this kind of calculation like this, see what you will do. You see that 1,000 there. The 1,000. How many zeros are there?
3 zeros.
Yeah, that becomes, since 10 is on the other side. Now, if you're dividing 1,000 by 10, simply just count the zeros. We have a total of what, 3 zeros. So it becomes 10 raised to power 3. So just a very quick one in case you're in a quiz. You just do it very fast. If it is 10, 10, 10. If it is 20, 10, 20. Just be counting the zeros. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So let's apply what Sir has said. He said we should just simply count the number of zeros and write the power. Okay, so now we have done that. What is the value of x? Without wasting time, what is the
3.
value of x? Correct.
3.
Correct. Value of x is what? 3.
3.
X is
3.
equal. So now, as we are all here, let us solve some. I'll give you some questions. Now. We'll solve it. Then I can now post, I will post this work on the group so that you can have a copy of the work. Okay. So I'm going to give you some exercises that you are going to solve now. Hmm?
Okay, ma.
Let me see. I have 5 questions here. Let me just give you some.
So, Ma,
You see what?
after, Ma, I said, let me ask. After now, uh, am I permitted to drop a video?
Yes, you can. You can.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
I'll do the normal
That
process.
was their agreement, right?
All right, no problem.
Thank you, ma. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the question that you guys will use to practice. So practice these questions and then we'll meet on the group, on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very, very much for
Ma,
attending
should
this
we say the
class.
answers on the group?
Yes, you can. But
Okay.
Okay.
gifted, I don't know. Okay, you guys can all send it on the group.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's have a lovely day.
Okay.
Sama, do
Okay.
you want to say something?
You already on.
Is he on the group?
No,
He's not on the group.
you
He
have
has
gone out.
left.
Okay, okay. So this is it. I will send this page on the group.
Okay.
So we can have a great day.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma.
Thank you,
Thank
Ma.
you, ma. Bye.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Bye bye.
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 Come, why are you joining now?